My name is Luyanda Sidiya. I'm from the Val Triangle in Seodigeng. I'm the artistic director of Vuyani Dance Theatre. With Siva was inspired by the number 7, as it is regarded as a holy number, a perfect number. And you see it being repeated in so many ways, religiously, geographically, and within our social lives. For instance, with Siva, with the number 7, I don't know whether you guys are aware that we've got 7 planets and we've got 7 oceans, we've got 7 colors to the rainbow. We also have 7 musical notes. And then that we took it as a springboard to pose a question: what is missing within us? Are we enough? Are we complete? And if we are, there were situations whereby you'll find South Africans will fly to places like Nigeria and find themselves dead when a building collapsed because they were seeking for God in another place. And those are springboards that inspired the work. And the questions that were posed were, how do we make sure that you find total completeness? Personally, as Luyanda Sidiya, I believe that we are spiritual beings. And that part of us, it's so powerful to an extent that through your thoughts that we cannot see, when you start thinking, and when something disturbs you, your energy becomes exuded, and people around you, they can feel the tension, and they can connect. And within Siva, we then went all the way with our research to then say, maybe that completeness that we need is within that is intangible. And others, they search it through ancestral praise, others they search it through their God, Allah, Hashem, Mudimu, Morena, Jehovah, Katlamacholo, Ukamata. All of those maybe might be our source. What I'm saying, I'm posing all these questions within every single way that people may think that this is my way of connecting to God. Be it that you see it in an ancestral way, be it you see it in a religious or in a Christian way, you know, and all of those, there is a common thread where every one of us, we are in dire need. We yearn for something special that will fulfill and edify our spirits. And you see it in different ways. But what is said is that through our own ways as Africans, we feel like others, when they practice their ways of living, they've got demons or whatever. These guys were desperate for those candles. They were following this man, and some of them it felt like they were following a man instead of the light. Even though the candles were blown off, they were still confused. They were still searching for that. And you saw disorders and disruptions within people, and all of that. But throughout there was a man who kept on saying, even though you may walk in the shadow of death, fear no evil. The Lord is your shepherd, and so forth. And that on its own, it's something that we all know. Yes. It's Psalm 23. Amahubo 23. And within this, then we then ask a question. Where does your completeness lies? Is it within you, in other men, in churches, in God, in your ancestors, in Buddha, in Hashem, in Allah? We then open a discussion whereby we can say maybe your completeness is what God has given you, and that is within you. So this is nice in terms of debating and talking about it, but we're not saying the piece is about this. We're saying it's inspired by relevant issues that we tackle on our daily basis.
And then what is the significance of water? Because there was this artist like using water. Does it
people they feel like if they go through cleansing and they back in so they will be complete. Others, you see weird and wonderful things. People before beyobalama but all.
But then what happens in churches? Things. In churches we go there and then we get baptized.
Now can you see the common thread that we're talking about? It's just that we were meant to believe that this is civilized, this is godly.
I watched Siva on opening night I was transported to within the self, to the universe. I think the underlying theme is sickness and how we are sick and ill and need to start the journey of healing ourselves. The choreography, the aesthetics, the music, the dancers performing the choreography, the freedom with which they shared, and they were so generous with their bodies. One dancer had candle wax dripping on his body, just as a symbol of how we abuse ourselves, essentially. And I was so transported, I was so moved. I think Siva is my highlight for the festival.
The Standard Bear Young Artist Award. It was the most humbling one, in a sense that there is nothing great than getting recognition in your own country. We often get celebrated a lot out there, but within our midst, we're just one ordinary guy from next door. You know what I mean? So that on its own, a lot of people, they say it came late, Luyanda, you should have got this, I believe there is time for everything, and this on its own is, it's that springboard that I should be grateful for. They're going to have fun with us. They're going to go through a journey of self-discovery, because we're not only dancing for them or for ourselves, but we're dancing with them. In Africa, there's nothing like an auditorium and the performers. We all get engaged and perform together. So we're going to go through a journey together, and a journey that will possibly have questions or ignite conversations, a journey that will actually be filled with thought-provoking, discussions.
Siva for me is a work that talks about different people with common problems. So it could be not actually problems, but we call it disorders in our rehearsal room. And you may find that you thinking you have a problem that no one else in the world has, but we actually share the same problems. They just come in different ways. And we explored a lot in terms of the number 7 and what it means to us in terms of the Bible itself, how everything was created in 7 days. And we explored the numbers 1, 3, 5, and 7. So basically, these are all odd numbers, but all of them had a significant meaning to us, which gave us a great platform to work.
For me, I'll just talk about the experience that I had during the process of Siva. For me, it was one of the most amazing process, because I find working with Luyanda, he's so amazing that he always stimulates our mind to think of a certain section, and that it really made me to find myself through the piece. And I think it was really amazing also how he explained the number 7. I wasn't really aware of what it means, but for me, finding more of the meaning of the number 7, it was really amazing. So yeah, thank you, Luyanda, actually for giving us this platform.
For me, this piece has been such a journey, hey. I've been struggling, like finding something besides just movement and dance. And I think it's one of these pieces where I find something else besides just me having to be a leg and arm dancer. And it's just been it's been hectic. I've been crying a lot.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's been a challenging journey. I mean, I must really say, especially for individually, I must say, because speaking about me per se on that matter, it was a bit difficult, especially having to dig deep inside and really find those nuances as a person. Yeah. It was hard. At some point, we just wanted to give in.
And then when you get into the Rehearsal, it's constantly there.
Definitely very nice. I'd love to come watch it again. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Very nice show. Thank you.
Good. It was so good. Lots of feelings. And it was very clean. It was, best show. Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of, I came to know Beyond Dance Company since last year, or the year before, because I watched a piece that Gregory McCormack did. It was called 4 Seasons. And and I watched Exit Exists as well. So I just want to say big ups to these guys, because their stuff never disappoints.
But I thought it was one of the great things I've ever seen in my life, physically, emotionally, magically, craft. I overwhelmed with how beautiful this was, and I would want to take it to New York and have every single human I know see it.
It was emotional. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, the movements, everything, I loved it.
It's just amazing how they could use such simple things and yet you fixed. There's nowhere else you can look. It was amazing. Wow. Well done, guys. Well done.
It is just, it's the best show I've seen at Fest. I've seen it twice now. It's just...
I'm still like, I don't know words. None.
Words, no.
It's too good. Everyone should come watch it. Do yourself a favor.
It is really, 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 really phenomenal. The way that the structures work within, I watched it once from above and once below. The way that the bodies move on the stage is just structurally so phenomenal. There is nothing more. This is it.
After the National Arts Festival, Siva will be at the Market Theatre, and it will move from the Market to Parkhoffs in Bloemfontein, and after that it will be in Beijing from the 2nd of November till the 18th of November.